What's up, amigos? For no one's surprise, Democrats, only 29% love Americans. Why do Democrats hate America so much? I am Fabio. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I want to make a question right now. What would you rather do? Date a Democrat or an illegal? Which one would you rather do? If you had to choose one of the two, who would you choose? Let's go straight to the point. We have a lot to talk today.
About proud to be an American.
Okay, what about this idea? Are you proud to be an American? Extremely or very proud to be an American? Again, look at this divide, a growing divide on this question. Back in January of 2001, 90% of Republicans, 85% of Democrats. This was after a very contentious 2000 election, keep in mind, right, with George W. Bush coming into the White House. You come over to this side of the screen in 2026, look at this. Again, the Democratic percentage absolutely plummets to just 29% of Democrats say they're extremely or very proud to be an American. That Republican percentage, the exact same, 90 and 90. The Democratic percentage, what is that? That's basically a third of the level that it was just 25 years ago.
I think you're right to point out that this was a time when Democrats might have been feeling badly about the course of the country. Still, 85% said they were proud to be American. Something's changed.
Something has absolutely changed, despite the fact a contentious time then, a contentious time now, and yet Democrats, that extremely very pride number has absolutely plummeted.
You know, we got to understand, for you to know when something is good, you need to know bad. And what we have in the Democrats right now is most of them, they don't know how good they have. Most of the young Democrats, the entitled people who they've never traveled. They don't know how good. I've spoken, when I go on the street, I try to talk to people, and I was talking to this young kid, and he was telling me how bad American is. And I was trying to explain to him how bad all other countries are. But he had no idea. So it's like, having the best country in the world, but you have nothing to compare to because you've never had a bad life. You never suffered. You never, like these people problems, I was talking to these guys and their problems were which car to buy. Some places you don't have money to buy food. And he is debating if he's gonna put these or buy this or this car, or which college am I gonna go to? It's like you have this greatest college in the world, debatable, but okay. But you're debating which college you go to. And where I'm coming from, you're debating if you're going to have food tomorrow. You're debating if there will be electricity in your house. You're debating if there is water in your house. So these people, they have no understanding how great American is, because they've never been out of America. Their life has always been great. It's almost like you should send your kids to some countries in South America or like Central America for them to at least understand how great they have. And I came to America because America is the best country in the world. I've been to most countries in Europe. I've been to lots of countries in Africa. I've been to almost every country in Central and South America, and there's nothing close to America. America is not perfect, but it is the greatest country in the world. It's the only free country in the world. It's still fighting. And if Trump hadn't won, we would be completely screwed. And part of the reason Democrats hate America is because Democrats, politicians also hate America. It's something that comes from the whole Democratic Party. And let's put this video here. We can talk about this.
But only 29% of Democrats, 78% said the American dream is harder to attain. So are you?
American dream is hard to attain. Look, I was working in an awesome place for 20 years. I left my work to work doing videos on YouTube. Yes, many people call me crazy, but I've done it. And I'm in America. What do you mean you cannot have your dream come true in America? If you cannot have your American dream, bro, there is no place in the world that dream is gonna work then. America is the most likely country that you can come and succeed. Look at Elon Musk. They are all bitching about it that Elon Musk, he made 1 trillion. You know, first of all, the Democrats don't understand. It's not like Elon Musk have $1 trillion in his pocket. They actually believe that he has a room full of money with $1 trillion. They really believe that. But you know, they don't get it. But okay, forget about that. Elon Musk is a genius. And he's from South Africa. My question to you is, could Elon Musk be what he is today? Could he achieve what he achieved today if he was in South Africa? No. I mean, he's a genius. I do believe Elon Musk would still be a millionaire, but he wouldn't be a billionaire. He wouldn't be a trillionaire if he hadn't come to America. America is the best country in the world, period. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. Unfortunately, it could be much better if we had less Democrats. If Democrats would not win elections, America would be much better. Because I ran away from my country because of Democrats. Because they were in charge of my country. And I don't want, you know, I left because they were destroyed. It came to a point, it was I think 2010, where, you know, the lefty won again. And then I said, enough. I can't do this anymore. Every year, the left wins. No matter how much they steal, no matter how much corruption, no matter how much destruction, they still win every year. So I can't do it anymore. And then I left. And I've never went back to my country again. Because I couldn't take anymore. Because the people, these stupid people, they continue voting for the same people. It's like we say, no, it's a mini insanity. You vote for the same people expecting different results. They've never given you any result. You still vote for the same people. So I gave up. And I came to the best country in the world. I'm the happiest person ever here in America.
I said on the file, I wasn't surprised because we're inundated with messages about how kind of almost irrelevant patriotism. And what's your take on this?
So I think this is a very, very bad thing. And to make a bipartisan point here, the Republican VP trying to be bipartisan, I was raised by patriotic Union Democrats who maybe wouldn't have agreed with every single policy of a Republican administration, but they recognize that this is the greatest country in the world and every single one of us should be grateful to live here. And I think that is the fundamental problem.
Agree. If you say America is not the greatest country in the world because you've never left America, you have no idea what you're talking about. Some are retarded. I understand. There's lots of retardeds in the Democrat Party. But some people, they're entitled and their life is great because America is great and they don't know better.
Greg, it doesn't bother me when congressional Democrats disagree with our policies. It bothers me like that they're just terrible people, so many of them. Mm-hmm. But what really does bother me is that they don't show gratitude for the United States of America. Disagree with our policies, but if you don't feel grateful to live here and for the people who made it possible, then what are you even doing being in public service? Yeah. Too many Democrats don't show appreciation for the country.
And that's the problem. Like when they take their knee from the national anthem, when they turn their back to the American flag. So those things, the politicians, Democrat politicians, they like those things. They thrive in those things. And that's the hate for America coming little by little.
Connors, you know, I guess what I'm reacting to is with the way a large group of Americans will smirk. Like whenever, like if you like, they'll smirk at American flags and pickup trucks. So right. Smirk when people. That's what I like. It's like, where does that come from? You know?
Well, you mean like a positive smirk or like a ew smirk?
Or like how stupid these people are.
Okay,
they
yeah,
aren't
but
aware.
But you know why they do that? Because they have somebody next to them going, I know, right?
Yeah, it's like they were making fun of Trump's birthday and he threw this wonderful party. And they forgot that Biden, when Biden wasn't the president, Biden was pretending to be a president. So when Biden was there, like 90% dead, and the auto pen signing everything for him. Did you see what he did in the White House? That is the hate for America.
I think the VP made a great point, but I don't think the water's that deep.
Yeah.
I think we live in a time where you want attention, you act tormented or tragic, but you don't really have something tragic that's happening. So I can't stand my country because the way ICE is. And then the person next to you is like, you're so brave for saying that out loud. I know we are. They just need to get the black lipstick and the thing and be like, my favorite color is sad. You know, like it's just so.
You can still love America and do that.
Yes, but you do it with flair. And you're only sad about when you think someone doesn't like you. So, no, and everyone loves her. Tell her.
Oh.
But that's the thing, is like, it's just this virtue thing they say. Then and maybe you could talk to the big guy and get an executive order if you're sad and don't like
about
it.
God or the president?
The president. Oh, you know
The big guy could mean many things in my life.
You know what? If President Trump got a meeting with God, he still wouldn't get the Nobel Peace Prize. But the point is, maybe
if you notice, it's true. Now, when I talk to Democrats who say Americans suck, and I ask them, what suck? And they don't have what to say. What? Do you have a job? Yeah. Do you have a car? Yeah. Do you have a place to live? Yeah. Do you have money? Yeah. Do you have food? Yeah. I mean, what don't you have? And if you don't, it's because you don't want it. Look, I learned English in America. I'm still learning English in America. And I told you, I quit my job, 20 years working to make YouTube videos. And with your help, it's going to grow. Am I crazy? Yeah. Talk to me 2 years from now and let's see who is crazy.
executive order to be like, if you don't like the country and it makes you sad and you're not proud to be here, they will pay your expenses to go to another country. None of those people will fill out that paperwork.
Right.
Because it just sounds cool to be like, I'm so sad, Kennedy.
Do you think it's an age thing? Because I do notice, like, older people tend to be more patriotic, and maybe it's because they've been around longer, they have wisdom, they know how things work. What say you?
Maybe. I don't know. But I noticed that low-key, everyone kind of does celebrate the 4th of July.
Yeah.
I do think it is just a thing, like Tyra says, a lot of people say, maybe to try to sound cool.
Yeah, but celebrate 4th of July for a Democrat is to go out, get drunk. It's not celebrating. They don't even know what 4th of July stands for. They just want a reason to get drunk. It's a different thing. We can say, if you want a 4th of July so you won't work and you're going to get drunk, you actually celebrating 4th of July. They don't even know what 4th of July is. They just want an excuse to get drunk. I mean, hey, nothing wrong in getting drunk. Nothing wrong. But if that's all it is, 4th of July for you, that's a problem.
Or something like that, like, oh, yeah, like America. But it's okay. You can have things you might want to change about a country, but as you pointed out, these people don't want to leave the country and go to another country.
Yeah, like we want to change. Like they say, America is not great. Okay, let's send all illegal immigrants back and make it better. No, we don't want to do that. So what do you want us to do?
Country, because this is the greatest country to live in on the planet, obviously and easily, right? And I don't know why that should be such a hard or embarrassing things to say. I don't quite get that. And we also have so much more in common than we do different.
Mm-hmm. Once I was in the DMV, unfortunately, and one lady sat next to me, and she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "Excuse me? She's like, I'm sorry. Sorry for what? I'm sorry for this government, the way they treat you guys, immigrants. So it's like, do you know you're being racist right now? She's like, no, it's like, what do you mean? Like treating me? I'm here getting my car's license. Like I'm having no problem. I work, I have a job, I have a life. Life is great. I love America. What are you talking about? Are you sorry for me? Go get sorry for yourself. It's like it's crazy because that's what pisses me off. And I want to change in America is everywhere I go, some people assume just because I have an accent, I'm a fucking Democrat. Like, man, that is a fucking curse. Don't call me a Democrat. Call me whatever you want to do, but don't call me a Democrat. Like, it's an insulting. So it has happened to me few times, where I'm in a place and people just see me, talk to me, and they assume I'm a Democrat. Like, that's freaking, that hurts. It hurts, man. Maybe you've been called a lot of names, bad names, but have you ever been called a Democrat? That's freaking hurt. Is hurtful.
And I think that we really should, we got to a place where there's so much money and whatever power to be made off of kind of turning people against each other over things that are really kind of just made up. And then you meet somebody, like even you going on The View, and they probably look at you and you're like, oh. That needs to happen more often, I think.
Yeah,
because we really are people. We were a great country full of great people.
Oh, I disagree. I agree. Kennedy.
Yeah, go to San Francisco, you will find out.
You are a pop culture icon. I would suggest that a lot of this comes from the movies that we see where America is almost always portrayed as a villain, unless, of course, it's like Top Gun, and it's the biggest selling movie. Like, it's like when America is doing great, they sell great, but almost all the independent films, the serious intellectual films, it's always like an American corporation, a right-wing politician, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the chin strokers are just the ultimate bummers in society. And unfortunately, they are being elected as mayors in places like New York and Seattle and probably Los Angeles here pretty soon. But, maybe we need to show our kids movies like Independence Day, and both of the Top Gun movies. Like, I took my older daughter to see Top Gun Maverick, and she's like, oh, my God, why are you crying? Like, the whole time.
He has a crush on Tom Cruise.
And I had to explain to her, the first movie was so defining for us, and it was okay to love this country.
Yeah.
But if you go to parts of the country where I'm from, like southern Indiana or where the vice president is from, people look at each other in the car and go, I love this country. And everyone next to them goes, I know, right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's really fun to go to NASCAR races in the middle of the country where you are not from, if you're from the East or West Coast.
Yeah.
Because it's like the reaction that all these World Cup fans are having when they go to the Waffle House for the first time at 2 in the morning.
Right.
They're like, holy, this is America. And it's like, damn straight it is.
Man, I'm telling you, man, this is the best country in the world. And the Democrat politicians, they know. And some of these people they're bought out by, Russia. They got bought by China, because the only way to destroy America is to destroy America within America. There's no way for you to destroy America from outside. So it's a strategy. These people are being deceived. Democrats, they are being bought out by Chinese, by Russians, and you need to be very careful. Open your mind. America is the greatest country in the world. And if Trump hadn't won, we probably would be going down really quickly to a destruction of America. May God bless you. May God bless America.